Well, if you were interested in learning about international trade, very important, Gail Simone and Jim Zub are there for you to virtue signal about it. Now, really interesting, because if you look at what Donald Trump said and what he's doing here, he's just actually saying, hey, wait a minute, why are we giving subsidies to this country? And for some reason, not giving money to somebody, and just paying them off immediately is, quote, an attack on them, according to these people. But this is how the comic people act, because they just want to virtue signal about where they are in politics, because that's how they keep their jobs and keep their clout going. It's a big clout scheme within things. Gail Simone is actually a master of this on X. She goes out and trolls quite a bit, garners sympathy from her liberal causes, doesn't actually say much. Jim Zub is a little surprising in his kind of eye-rolling overreaction to this situation. We'll get into both of what they've been doing and saying in just a moment. Please smash that like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things in comic culture, guys. Really appreciate you all for being here. I'm a comic writer myself, blacklisted from the mainstream industry, but you can check out my work for free. It's awesome. You get 3 free books, the best deal in comics, just for signing up for my newsletter. It's like a $50 value right here. Flying Sparks is a 66-page graphic novel, and it's the beginning of a wonderful superhero line, which you're absolutely going to love. And, of course, if you've read it and you do enjoy Volume 1, which has sold, I think, 5,000-plus copies to date, you can get the other ones on my web store, which are in the description below. And it's available on digital and print for your convenience. So we also have a science fiction novel and a novel. I'm a very prolific writer, just working on amazing stuff right now. You won't want to miss it, and this way you can stay in touch with me as well so you don't miss my projects coming up this year. It's in the description below. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting. All right, last evening, President Donald Trump posted his disdain for subsidies sent to foreign nations that primarily have economies that rely on exports to the United States. In the response, comic professionals Gail Simone, who currently writes Uncanny X-Men, and Jim Zub virtue signaled against Trump in favor of sending U.S. tax dollars to Canada. So what he said, Trump said, we pay hundreds of billions of dollars to subsidize Canada. Why? There's no reason. Agreed. We don't need anything they have. We have unlimited energy. We should make our own cars. We have more lumber than we could ever use. Without this massive subsidy, Canada ceases to exist as a viable country. Harsh but true. It is harsh but true. Therefore, Canada should become our cherished 51st state. Much lower taxes and far better military protection for the people of Canada, and no tariffs. Very, very funny right there. And I agree. It is something, and this is something that the NHL deals with quite a bit. If you're a hockey fan like I am, is a lot of the Canadian teams just can't keep good players because the tax rates are so high up there that they just come to America because they want to flee from that and keep more of their money. With a salary cap that all the teams have to kind of be under the same sort of thing, Canadian teams are at a loss because of that. It's very, very sad for them when they're trying to compete in hockey, and so. Of course, everybody goes crazy. Jim Zub is a Canadian writer, and so he apparently doesn't want to become the 51st state. He says, we have fought and died alongside you. Oh, my gosh, like melodramatic much. During your darkest hours, we were there for you, standing with you, grieving with you, the American people. This gets really cringy, what he wrote here. As President John F. Kennedy said many years ago, geography has made us neighbors, history made us friends, economics made us partners, and necessity made us allies. Yeah, and not wanting to get taxed can make you a state, Jim Zub. Yeah. That rang true for many decades prior to President Kennedy's time in office. Decades since, from beaches of Normandy and mountains of Korean Peninsula, the fields of the Flanders to the streets of Canada, we have fought and died alongside you. During darkest hours, during the Iranian hostage crisis, we worked around the clock from our embassy to get your innocent compatriots home. Yeah, well, Jimmy Carter didn't, and Reagan did it. So during the summer of 2005, Hurricane Katrina ravaged your great city. Or weeks ago when we sent water bombers to tackle wildfires in California. During the day, the world stood still on September 11th, 2001, when George Bush did 9/11. We provided refuge and stranded passengers and planes. We were always there standing with you, grieving with you, the American people. This is so melodramatic. It's like, wow. Together, we've built the most successful economic, military, and security partnership the world has ever seen. No, America did that. You kind of just were like tagging along for the ride, Jim. A relationship that's been the envy of the world. We have had our differences in the past. We've always found a way to get past them. As I said before, if President Trump wants to usher in a new golden age for the United States, the better path is to partner with Canada, not punish us. Again, we're giving you money. Why are we doing that? That's not punishment. It's just stupid that people have been giving that kind of money years upon years. And of course, this is pretty whiny and pretty melodramatic for saying, hey, why are we just giving money to this country? What are they actually doing for us on that level? And just saying, we grieved with you on 9/11 is not reason to give you hundreds of billions of dollars. That's insane. I think Canadians are perplexed as to why our closest friends and neighbors are choosing to target us. Again, not giving you money is targeting you. Very, very wild and crazy stuff. And just become our 51st state, and then it's no problem. So, of course, he knew that he's not going to be popular with this sort of statement, especially as the Conan the Barbarian writer. Titan Comics has actually done a pretty good job with Conan the Barbarian, and Jim Zub, to his credit, left politics at the door and actually done honor to the character, which is why I read it. I don't just litmus test somebody just because they make stupid Twitter takes, unless they attack me personally. But he does a pretty good job on that. And I guarantee you, because he knows his base is mostly male, mostly American, he probably didn't want to deal with any replies on this, right? And naturally, he posted a Trudeau statement that they're going to retaliate with tariffs. Okay, good luck with that, as Canada's got a trade deficit. Or actually, U.S. has a massive trade deficit. We import a lot more than we export to Canada on that level, so it's not going to work very well for them anyway. So I love Canada. I love Canadians, and this pretending they attacked us somehow sucks, is what Gail Simone, Uncanny X-Men writer, said. And yeah, again, this doesn't mean anything, and it's ridiculous, and it's just like stupid pandering and virtue signaling on X. I don't know what they think this gains for them right here. Jim Zub, I guess, as a Canadian, he wrote a very melodramatic thing that doesn't make sense. Gail Simone's is just like a really cringy eye-rolly on this level. And I look forward to Canada becoming our 51st state. Personally, I think they do a good job for us, and that's the best way going forward. Oh my gosh, maybe we just leave Quebec though, because I don't love Quebec. I don't think anybody does, including the rest of Canada. Sorry, Quebecians. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this pandering and virtue signaling going on with mainstream comic pros. They haven't learned anything. It looks like it looks like they're still turning against most of America at this point. And of course, that's why the stories really are not reflecting things that work in today's society. They keep going down this virtue signal hole in a lot of their stuff out there. Marvel Comics is circling the drain, as we know. But there's an alternative, guys. There's independent comics, and this is why we don't get any industry love, because we just call it like it is. It's not allowed to be said in the industry. Got to be hush-hush there. Play the game. And I've got some great books for you. So check it out, guys. Get on my mailing list, and let's build this wonderful 2025 together. And, I print my books in the USA, so I don't have to deal with any of these tariffs or anything like that. It's a lot of fun there. And I do ship to Canada. So if you're Canadian, you can buy my books too. Let me know what you think about their virtue signaling. Does that change your mind on the opinions of whatever's going on in geopolitics? Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.